Well, hello there. How are you doing today? Do you feel like doing a little bit of DIYing with me today? Come on in. Let's get started. What do I have going on for you for today? Oh my word, I am so excited about today's DIY because I think it's one you are absolutely gonna love using, these wood boxed crates that you can get from none other than the Dollar Tree. Today's DIY is such an easy DIY and the outcome is so high end and amazing. It is one you are not gonna wanna miss that I think you're absolutely gonna love. So guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. I'm gonna quit my gabbing. Let's jump into it and let's do some DIYing on a budget using Dollar Tree's wood crates. You're gonna need 2 of them. Let's get started. Who is today's KB Creations crafter of the day? You'll wanna stick around to the end of the video to see if it's your creation that's being featured in today's video. If you're interested in following me on social media, you can find these links, in the description box below. Alrighty, so jumping on into this, we're gonna use 2 of these wood crates from Dollar Tree. These ones, not the other ones. These side holes here, we've gotta do away with those. So I'm gonna take some blue painter's tape, any tape will do. I'm just using what I have on hand. And on the inside of these crates, I'm gonna place it covering up the holes. Now there is a method to my madness, so you will see what I'm gonna do with these. So once you've covered them up on the outside, you should be left with this. Then I'm gonna go in with some spackling. This is a spackling that goes on pink and dries white. Dollar Tree has spackling, only mine doesn't have it right now. I'm gonna use this spackling to fill in these holes. What's great about this pink one is there is no guessing when it's dry because it will go from pink to white. I'm putting it on with my finger because I am a bit lazy to go out into the garage and get my, putty knife to apply it. What's great about spackling is when it dries, you can either wipe over it with a sponge to smooth it out, or you can use a light grade sandpaper. I'm gonna be using some plaster of Paris for this next step. Plaster of Paris, it's something I had in my stash. It's really easy to work with. It's a 2-to-1 ratio. It's 2 parts plaster of Paris to 1 part water, cool water. I use it so often, I really don't need to measure it. I'm using this because I need it as a weight. There are so many other things that you can use to weight down this crate, and you'll see what I mean by that here in a minute. But because I have this, I'm gonna use it. So I'm gonna mix some up here, and I'm gonna do it till I have the consistency of like maybe a thicker pudding here. I did add a bit more plaster to it to thicken it up. Then I'm gonna pour it into one of my crates. Now I did fill in the holes of both crates on the side just to be clear. When I'm pouring it in this crate, I am using this to weight it down like a block. If you want to use rocks or sand, you could do that, but I wanted something that wasn't going to move around, that was going to really just weight this down. Going in with some of this super glue. This is a wood glue that you can get at Dollar Tree in the auto section, I want to say, in the tool section. It is not in the craft section. This wood glue by Super Glue is amazing. I've seen really great results with it. I'm gonna go ahead and outline my crate that I just stuck the plaster in with this, because once I do that, I am going to take this here empty crate and place it on top. The sides are not dry yet. I just figured, you know what, I am doing this at night. I'm gonna let it dry all night, and I'm gonna place it just on top like so, closing it up, and you can see how I did fill in the holes on both sides because I wanted to make this somewhat of a block, and this is a cheap way to do it. If you want to use a huge piece of wood for this DIY, you can, but in the end, this is what you should be left with, a good sturdy piece that is heavy and the sides are filled in. I am not worried about perfection here. I'm going to take a black acrylic paint. This is by Apple Barrel. I'm going to add a bit of water to it to water it down because I want I guess, a watercolor look. I want kind of a stain look that I'm going for with this. So when you water down an acrylic paint, you're not gonna lose the wood grain look that you get, and it's gonna dry a bit quicker. You're gonna get that watercolor look, and that's what I'm kind of going for with this. It's an easy way to kind of add distress or age to a wood project. This black buffalo check wired ribbon from Crafter Square is a must to keep in your stash, so the next time you're at Dollar Tree, pick some up. On the bottom of my boxes, I'm gonna place a strip of hot glue attaching my ribbon there right in the center, and I'm gonna wrap 3 sides of my box with this. Now, this is why I said those holes on the side, perfection isn't needed, because they're not going to show. It really is just a matter of closing those holes up so whatever you put inside these boxes to weigh it down doesn't come out. And to me, it kind of finishes it off, even though you're not going to see it. So once I've wrapped the outside of my box with this ribbon, oh my goodness, wait for it. You're not going to want to wrap the whole box with it, because the weighted part of your box is going to be on the bottom, and you want your box to set as flat as you can. That's why when I take this twine that I'm going to wrap it with, I cut my twine into pieces, stopping on 3 sides, not completely wrapping it, because I want my box to set flat on what will soon be my mantle. Oh, wait for it. Yeah, so I cut about 5 strips of twine because I wanted to give the look that I had also wrapped twine on top of my wired burlap ribbon. The top of this box definitely needs a matching bow, and I did wrap some twine around the center of my bow just to kind of tie the twine in with the bow itself. Oh, wait for it until you see where I'm going with this. But you're going to have to wait a couple more seconds, because I took a couple of Dollar Tree's Christmas picks, the floral picks, kind of cut them apart just to add some greenery to the top. And I felt like it was missing something. It's missing some color. So just by adding a couple berries, it's going to give it that pop of color that it needs. Not too much, not too little, but just enough, and it's going to add that Christmas wintry feel to this DIY. But wait a minute, we're not done. Oh, we are so not done. Using my Cricut, I did cut out some vinyl, and I cut out the doodles' names, Winnie and Ibiza. Do any of you know where I'm going with this yet? Oh, you do, because you saw the thumbnail. Yes. Hooks are needed for this DIY, and I'm using these coat hooks by Mainstays. Comes in a 6-pack. I paid under $5 for this 6-pack, so that means you'll be able to use all 6 of these to make 6 of these DIYs. When I placed the hook, I did put a dot of hot glue on it just to keep it in place before I actually screw it in to my crates to attach it permanently. The great thing is it comes in a 6-pack for $5, under $5, so you can make 6 of this DIY, and it just gets more budget friendly the more you make. Let's go take a look at this DIY. I know, right? No words are needed. Enough said. Who is today's KB Creations Crafter of the Day? Well, it's going out to Terry, who's bringing to us her recreation of my DIY Frosty Jenga block ornaments. Terry, I am loving the spin and the twist that you put on each one of them. Thank you so much for sharing your creations with us today. If you're interested in being featured as a crafter of the day in one of my videos, submit a picture of one of your recreations of a DIY that I've done to either Facebook or Instagram. If you want to DM it to me, you can. Then you just simply have to look out for the end of each video to see if it's your DIY that I will be featuring in that given video. How stinking cute is this stocking hanger using, what of all things, the wood crates at Dollar Tree. I love it. I love personalized DIYs like this, but what I love more than that is it's a versatile one. So if the style I did it in doesn't suit your decor style, well, guess what? Just by switching up the paint, you can make it suit your decor style. I hope you all enjoyed today's DIY Dollar Tree stocking hanger that we did on a budget. If you're looking for more DIY inspiration, Well, guess what? I've got you covered. Go ahead and click on the video right over here on the end screen and it'll take you to one of my past favorite DIYs. Until next time, everybody, I hope you have a fantastic day. Happy crafting on a budget. Stay happy, stay safe, stay healthy, but most of all, you know what I'm gonna say? Stay positive, please, because I am. Bye for now, everybody.